order the Management and Internal Services Committee meeting for September 10th. We have already prayed and pledged, unless you'd like to pledge again. I'll move on to down the agenda. We have a full quorum here with 3 members present. And gentlemen, you have the minutes of the previous meeting from August in front of you. Have a motion to accept them.
Motion to.
Very good, thank you. Those are accepted, and we need to talk about the agenda. Are there any changes to our agenda?
Ready for your approval.
All right, I have no presentations or consent agenda items, so moving into debate. Mr. Johnson, what do you have for us today?
First item for your consideration is moving the December 2024 committee meetings. Staff is requesting that we will hold all the committee meetings in December on December the 10th, 2024. We'll begin at 8:30 a.m. like normal, and we would go through all 4 committees, and then we would have the commission meeting on December 17th, and then forego the next committee meeting. So staff recommends approval to hold all of our December 2024 committee meetings on Tuesday, December 10th, 2024.
Is this the 4th Tuesday, which would be y'all's committee, is the 24th. We don't want to do that then. Go move that back to join us on the 10th.
I'll be on the 10th.
And y'all, everybody will be here? Okay, good.
Second.
So moved. Next.
Next item you have for consideration is a $1,000 service agreement with Fire 5K. This has been done a few years in the past. They requested this again. They have provided the proper paperwork. You can see the distribution there, but staff recommends approval of the service agreement with Fire 5K in the amount of $1,000.
Move to consent.
Second.
So moved. Next.
Next item you have for consideration is a request for a proclamation September 2024 as National Service Dog Month. This aims to educate communities about the benefits of service dogs and the laws, and staff recommends approval of the National Service Dog Month proclamation.
Move to consent. Second.
So moved. Will we have a group join us next?
I don't know, is somebody gonna come get this? Yeah. Yeah, so we'll have
Gotta
somebody.
bring a dog with them.
I'm sure they will.
Excellent. Good, I look forward to seeing that. So moved. Next.
Next time we have your consideration, this is the purchase of a refrigerated trailer for the coroner's office. Some of you may know the coroner's office is undergoing some renovations right now, but unrelated to the renovations, we actually had our cooler go out, and we actually had bodies there, so that would be presented a big problem for us. We also realized during that time that a lot of other communities have these refrigerated type trailers for mass disasters. So after speaking with our coroner, we decided that it would be in our best interest for Columbia County to go ahead and purchase a refrigerated trailer for emergencies and also for overruns or anything like that we may have. So the coroner did go out and look at different trailers, came up with the specs that he wanted. We've been able to locate a completely outfitted trailer in the amount of $69,150. We had originally appropriated some ARPA funds to the coroner's office, which was one of the intended uses for the ARPA funds. So we have that amount of money left, and staff is recommending approval of the refrigerated trailer for the coroner's office, the amount of $69,150. And the coroner is here if you have any questions.
Can only be used needed. Well, right now, obviously, the cooler's out.
Mass casualties, well, we got the cooler fixed pretty quick, but if you had a mass casualty type situation, you would have to have this. The coroner does support other communities where they run out of space, so I think it's just a good item for us to have. And again, I think it was it's probably one of the intended uses of the ARPA funds anyway, so it seemed like a good purchase for us.
We have a backup plan for when our cooler.
So we actually have we have a system in place that we can either borrow a trailer from another community, or Richmond County has some availability as well. So the coroner worked with the Richmond County coroner, and we were able to move some things around. When I talk about moving things around, that's pretty difficult, the things we're talking about moving. So it's just in our best interest to have this. I think Columbia County is of the size that we need this kind of backup.
Move to consent. Second.
So moved. Internal Services. Reese? Good morning.
I have to peep around so I can see. The first item I have for you is the safety incentive discount through ACCG for both the workers' comp program as well as our property and liability insurance program. This is a 5% discount on our 25-26 contributions. We estimate premium savings totaling $60,000 for both of these programs. Staff recommends approval of this discount.
Move to consent. Second.
So moved. Next.
The next item I have for you is merchant services. So back when the county first began accepting debit and credit cards within our departments, which was more than 10 years ago, we were working with a local company called PayLink Partners to provide our merchant services. And basically what we need from the company is to open and close various accounts based on our department needs, as well as provide equipment. Well, during the last few years, customer service has started to decline, and we finally found out that our local representative had actually sold his business and was no longer providing the service, which is why we couldn't get in touch with anybody. So because of our ongoing relationship with Queensboro, we decided to reach out to their Director of Merchant Services, Mrs. Michelle Wallen, to discuss the possibility of Queensboro providing this service for us. And of course they can, and not only will we enjoy their excellent customer service that we have come to expect, they can also provide a savings. They are projecting around $1,500 per month based on our current needs, our current volume of services. So staff recommends partnering with Queensboro to provide this service. As they set up these accounts within each department, we will have an application that has to be prepared and signed and authorized. So I am asking that you authorize the following positions to sign those agreements: the Director of Internal Services, the Deputy Director of Internal Services, or the Finance Manager to be able to sign those agreements.
We actually pay for the service. I realize there's a 2.5% charge, I guess, something like that. What is the charge to the consumer?
I think it is 3%. I have Michelle here for any technical
increase?
questions. I'm sorry?
Is that an increase of what they're paying now?
No increase. And I think our cost depends on whether it's Visa or MasterCard, isn't that true? So the fees are different based on what kind of card you use. Again, I don't know I know how to use a credit card and how the money comes in and out. I don't know
I'm gonna make a comment about it.
the back side of it, so I asked Michelle to be here in case you had.
Michelle, the fees are the exact same that the taxpayers are paying now to use it. Morning.
So yes, the actual fees are going to be a little bit less, which is the reason why you are saving the money that you are per month.
Taxpayers are saving the money.
Ultimately, you are saving the money. The amount to the taxpayers are going to be roughly the same if you have instilled a service fee on those accounts per department.
I think that's your question, Mr. Chairman, is the convenience fee or the service fee that the taxpayer is paying when they present the card, and that's not changing?
That's not changing.
No, there's a minimum, or actually a maximum of 3% that you are allowed to charge for your consumers. And that, if that's exactly what you were doing before, we would do the exact same.
What are we charging now?
I don't remember. I want to say it was I thought we were doing a flat fee of
I
like
believe it is.
$3 or something.
Flat fee?
There's two different ways that you can do that. You can charge a percentage, or you can charge a flat service fee. And depending on which department is actually doing that, then we would set it up exactly as you had it before.
If I remember, that's about a $2 million number.
I will find that out
We'll
for you
find out and let you know.
before next Tuesday. I'll get you that number.
Move to a debate.
Second.
So moved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, one more question. Did we go straight to Queensboro with this, or did we ask several different banks and kind of shop it
We
around?
went straight to Queensboro as part of our current relationship with them for banking services.
But they do hold our banking services RFP.
Yes.
So we awarded that RFP for banking services.
And part of the RFP did include any additional services that we may need.
No, that
Right.
makes sense. Okay. All right. Transportation fund?
Yes, the next item for you is our application and acceptance of the fiscal year 2025 Transportation Trust Fund Program. This is through the Department of Transportation. We did receive this same grant. It's basically a grant, additional funding that they provide. We received this last year as well. It was a little bit more, $209,000. This year, we were going to be getting just over $202,000. We can use this, I believe, attached how we plan to use it. We can use it for operational expenses or capital expenses. We plan to use this to help cover the piece that the normal operational grant does not cover, as well as the vehicle retention that we plan to purchase, which is, I think, the next item coming up. So we're gonna use $172,426 for operational expenses and $30,000 to purchase some new vans that are in the life cycle program.
$1,000 gonna buy a van?
10%.
Move to consent.
Second.
The next item is the normal Section 5311 Rural Transportation Program grant that we do receive. This is the capital money that I was just referring to. We will receive operating money from this, as well as we need to purchase 2 additional shuttle vans with lifts that are due for replacement. The Georgia Department of Transportation is estimating both of these to be a total of $300,000, so our local match will be $30,000. We plan to cover it with those funds that we just presented.
Move to consent.
Second, and it's a great program.
So moved. Next.
And the final item I have is also for public transit. This is our Title VI plan update. We have to provide this update, I believe, every 3 years to continue operations. And the only thing that changed about this plan was just a change in county demographics. We just had to update that.
Move to consent.
Second.
So moved. Thank you, Ms. Reese. Mr. Blanchard, what do you have for us today?
I've got 2 items for your consideration, ma'am. The first one is Cisco Enterprise Agreement Payment Authorization for 2024-2025. At the commission meeting last week, the commission approved switching to a new Cisco equipment and services provider. That was DSI Tech. So essentially what we're doing with this agenda item is we're moving our licensing, or making the license payment for, excuse me, this fiscal year to DSI Tech. This will cover our security licensing and essentially all the software that we use that helps to make our network equipment operate as it should. We're requesting authorization for IT to proceed with the payment from their operating budget, and the amount is $153,112.61. Staff recommends approval.
That's what was budgeted, correct?
I believe this is a little bit more than what we budgeted.
How much?
Budget amount, Dawn, do you know the budget amount off the top of your head? Security is an investment. It's not really just a purchase, but an investment. The alternative, we don't even really want to think about.
Move to consent.
Second.
So moved. Thank you. One more?
All right, the second item I have for your consideration is renewal of agreement with Civic Plus LLC for your Civic Clerk software. That is the software that the county uses in order to create agendas like the one that we have on your screens right now. We need to renew the agreement with Civic Plus for 1 more year. The cost for the renewal is $10,906.13, and that'll be funded through the IT operating budget. Staff recommends approval.
Move to consent.
Second.
So moved. Thank you, Mr. Blanchard. I have no other committees on the agenda and no items item. Do we have any legal matters? Thank you. Moving into staff reports.
First item, just for your information, you can see our personnel savings so far for this year. Total amount to date is a little over $376,000. You can also see our turnover rate as well. Questions you may have?
The first item I have for you is the budget report. This is for the month of August 30th. We should be performing around 16.7%, and everyone is performing as they should be at this early time in the new fiscal year. Yes, we received funding for the month of July. This again was over $3 million for this month. And collections for the last 12 months are at an annualized percentage increase of 5.51%. This amount was 4.4% greater than last month and 9.4% greater than the same month last year. It's the investment report, just for your information.
Not.
I did have one item, Madam Chair, that I meant to highlight, and I didn't. I just want to bring this back up. I think constantly trying to make sure what we're doing is making a difference, and you know, this board took action to raise some salaries and to get us what we feel like was more of an even par. If you look at our application numbers in July and August, and we went from 390 applications in June, and, you know, averaging 300, 400, 500 a month. July, we had 895 applications for employment. In August, we had 1,130. So we have more than tripled our application number from that previous month before we put those new salaries into place. I think it just shows that Columbia County is a competitive place to come to work, and a good place to come to work. So we're able to get better applicants. We're able to choose, I guess, the cream of the crop, because we were able to.
The ultimate measure will be the turnover measure.
That's right. Who'll stay, all right?
Days, because you had just the cost of training, the cost of replacement.
Right, that's right. And if you go back and look at that quarterly turnover rate in June, it was 4.06% for the quarter. And then the next quarter so far, it's at 2.57. So it looks like it may be coming down a little, but yeah, I agree. That's all.
Thank you. Do we have any public comment or participation? Seeing none and no executive items, I will adjourn this meeting, and we will reconvene in 2 minutes. Thank you for the next committee meeting. Thank you.